I think Tuesday's result is starting to sink in on both sides. There's an acceptance. Certainly there's an acceptance in the UK. Starmer is bringing forward plans to increase defence spending up to 2.5%. That's ahead of the NATO 2% target because of victory. There's also realignment regarding Hamas. China and Russia say they want peace. This is all before the inauguration. So we're starting to go there, aren't we? Martel VS, the only decent one they had in here. So, at the moment, DJT has a very comfortable amount of electoral college votes, as well as a 6 million margin of the popular vote, as well as having control of a majority in the Senate, and he's 6 seats short of a majority in the House, and he's expected to have a majority in the House as well, the way things are looking in the counts. So slam dunk. The Republicans also have 27 governors compared to the Democrats to 23. So you can see what people are saying, and you can see what they've rejected. You can see that he's already coming out and said that he'll be pushing out back against the gender reaffirming. In other words, the infinite genders, and you can decide your own sex, and that children should be mutilated in the name of social justice and be kind. It's happening. So it's not just that. Hollywood have figured out, or they should figure out, already from the declining green figures, that they are irrelevant. Everything they've been preaching for years has had no effect, otherwise DJT wouldn't have been elected this time round, would he? So Hollyweird, the movies, the TV shows that go out on the terrestrial and on cable, on satellite, and on Netflix, Apple and Amazon Prime, and Hulu and HBO, it's relevant. Hollywood's opinions by their programming is irrelevant. The mainstream media is irrelevant. Washington Post, New York Times, the LA Times, and so on and so on and so on and so on. Just completely irrelevant. And that's going out. So, and the same over here, no doubt. So that means they're in the tailspin. So that's if Hollywood have to do a realignment around current US politics, and what the audience obviously want, because they've been told via the results of the November the 5th, that has downstream implications on us. You'll see Hollyweird will have to appeal to much more broader audience, rather than the liberal arts students with the purple hair and the nose piercings who decide that who change their own gender on a daily basis. That's their target audience, and the ones who get employed to push this crap, and certainly at Disney. So if they want to stay afloat, they will have to very, very sharpish come to realise the new realignment, and that means we will also see the same thing. All the same thing over here as well, because we get the same programming on these shows. So we will be exposed to the change in the US entertainment industry culture. You'll see that over here. Thankfully, he says. Come on, with that light? Or maybe not. So that means our politics will change as well, because there'll be a stark difference between what's shown from US entertainment versus what's shown sitting on the BBC. So the show of the BBC up. And he's hitting the ground running even before the inauguration, pushing these things out in announcing this. And J.D. Vance, he'll be implementing He will be the Prime Minister, affecting these changes, affecting the change in culture and political culture, and bringing about the policy decisions. Whereas second term, DJT will have taken more of a statesman-like approach in guiding the general direction of the culture. So, means that there will also be retribution, or needs to be, there will be retribution, as discussed with some others I know on X. We see this in what DJT has already been saying regarding bringing in Robert J. Kennedy Jr. to look at the FDA. But we can also look at the Department of Justice and FBI, what they've been doing over the past few years in bringing their lawfare against DJT. But also, more broadly, in terms of popular culture. The broader popular culture of the woke in the US. It's safe to say that was killed on the 5th of November, and the only places where it is remaining are among the screeching harridans of the ketchup bottles. We see the primary purpose in life is to have as much unprotected sex as they want, and then to go along and get it yeeted out of them using forceps. Those days are coming to an end, or rather the culture is still only banned. It wasn't so much banned in 3 states, as there are obviously more restrictions in 3 states compared to the other 47. That's what Roe versus Wade was about. That you think it was the end of the world. But that's the culture. And certainly the purple-haired freaks, the screeching harridans of the insane radical feminists. Yeah. And then obviously the soy men downstream of them who suck up to them in the hope of getting some sex out of them. Again, they're facing the same reckoning. But the retribution certainly against the media, against the federal offices, well, he's already announced he's going to be quite a lot of sackings. G.D. Vance has announced there's going to be quite a lot of sackings. Anybody who was included in various activities, and it's not going to be pretty. That's why they need to be taught a lesson, not just the woke, but also the deep state. They won't be able to get away with that, and the swamp this time round will have a chance to be drained. It didn't last time round, but I have a feeling that this time it will. That they know that they're on, that he'll be ruthless, and also that hopefully we'll have a stronger team behind him to be equally ruthless, and also 74 million voters at least behind him to be ruthless. And thankfully people have found the voice to be able to speak out against all this, against the woke and the lawfare. That's why I'm having this and savouring it, as why I've been gloating, as why I've been mining all the salt. Oh, it's fantastic. I'm enjoying that. And we will see the same over here. The Labour government is the outlier, essentially. Yes, we have the French ship-lib government, but realistically, they're a bit of an outlier as well. Certainly the direction of travel, noises that Macron's been making. One of the first phone calls that Trump had was with Viktor Orban in Hungary, and Orban is his closest ally in Europe. Out of all the other European leaders is Viktor Orban. So if you want to know what's going on regarding US, EU and European relations, look at Hungary. That's the direction of travel. So Keir has been very far on the left and very, very much outside. He's going to have to very, very sharply become less left if he doesn't want to become completely irrelevant, which he already is, isn't he? But even more irrelevant. Yeah, watch this space. It's the woke, the shit libs, and the past the scene lot. We already know what DJT thinks of you lot, and hopefully we'll see your curtailment of activities over here. Ichida.